Welcome to the Pit Stop Ranch, where if we don't make fun of ourselves, who's going to do it for us? Tomorrow is the Long Beach High Performance Swap Meet and Car Show. It's only been a month since the last one, which is, you know, the frequency with which they occur. This one, however, we're going to go and try and recover some of the money we spent at the last one, or at least offset what we're going to be spending this one. Either way, we're going to be hauling a bunch of crap there and seeing if we can convince other people it's worth for them to separate with their hard-earned money and take home, you know, make some room at our place. Anyways, trying to figure out what all to take with us. We decided to transport it in good old reliable Chevy Chase here. That's right, we're taking Chevy Chase. What do you mean you haven't seen Chevy Chase before? I mean, we picked up the old girl only a week ago. Yeah, that's right, we bought another truck. Because we need another shop truck, because, you know, a ratio of 4 project cars per car truck is reasonable, right? Well, that's what we're telling ourselves anyways. Either way, this example is, of course, a 2006 Chevy 3/4 ton 2500 HD, which, as optioned out by whoever checked the boxes, it has the all-conquering 6-liter LS motor, the indestructible 4L80E automatic transmission, as well as the bulletproof free-floating 14-bolt rear end, we suspect with a locker. Now, obviously, another neat feature is, of course, the contractor's rack, or the utility bed. Now, of course, if you're asking yourself, well, why the heck did you buy this? Well, I already answered that question. And I'll go even further and say, you know, one thing that on this truck that is really worth noting is, of course, the 240,000 miles on the clock. Now, sane people will be asking the question, 240,000 miles, isn't that thing about worn out? Heck, it's barely broken in. Honestly, we assumed when we first heard about the truck it was going to be pretty close to worn out. And but, you know, 6-liter 4L80E and 14-bolt. Utility bed that we can put on the Ram, which has only got 70,000 miles on it, and 4-wheel drive. A bunch of body panels for probably one of the best Chevy trucks ever built. We can't go wrong, especially for the price we paid. Even if this thing decides to shit itself, as long as it doesn't poke a rod through the engine block, we're in good shape. That said, it actually drives really nice. Past smog, flying colors, no issues at all. So we Forrest Gumped into another really good shop truck for not really a lot of money. And we're gonna go ahead and use her and abuse her until it's time to cut her up. Sell the parts we don't want and use the parts we do. Anyways, enough blathering about Chevy Chase. Let's get on with the swap meet. So, after that long-winded introduction to our new shop truck, that is got for parts as much as anything, decided to go ahead and do some 10x footage of us loading up Chevy Chase for our trip to the swap meet. We have an abundance of wheels and tires, all serviceable, nothing too special, but it's kind of nice. We were hoping to kind of get rid of them because they were taking up space in the yard. They're worth something, so we don't want to just throw them out. And in fact, we ended up selling some Alcoa rims for a Chevy dually, which was one of the large sales we got. The buyer got a smoking deal on them because they were just rotting in the yard and wanted to get rid of them. Next, after we loaded the wheels and tires, went ahead and loaded up some doors from the donor truck that gave its life for the C10 project. And the Alcoa rims and tires that we sold were actually from the that same truck. Um, Now, at the last Pomona swap meet, we actually our vendor next door to us gave us a whole bunch of aftermarket replacement grills that we couldn't say no to because they were free, but what the heck are we going to do with them? So we went ahead and took a small sample of them, being really light, and we were able to toss them on top of Chevy Chase after we put down some boards so that they wouldn't fall through the contractor head rack. And then after we loaded up the that stuff, we went and tossed the hood from the dually onto top of the truck. Now here's some just general footage of the different vendors near where we were parked. I am using a stabilizer, electronic stabilizer hand system for the GoPro, so that we can so it isn't the shaky anymore. It's a lot steadier. It's no longer the shaky cam it was before. So I hope that works for everybody. Here's someone selling a whole bunch of good flyway transmission bits and bobs. I got a blower right there. Some miscellaneous stuff, as you can see. More than anything, this is a sample of all the stuff: tools, carburetors, all the various different things that one can get at the swap meet. So whatever you're looking for.
Excuse me, you got any, whoa, how much for the 32 reel?
2,000 for that.
2,000, yikes. All right. Do you have any front wishbones for an A or a 32?
No.
Okay.
Oh, the 32, yeah.
Front wishbones? Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yep.
How much you asking?
Asking 6 for that.
6?
Yeah, it's cherry. I mean,
It is actually, it's way nicer than I need because I want to split it, and it would be a shame to split
I
that.
know. That's the reason it's still.
Yeah, totally. I absolutely agree.
Here's a bunch more stuff at nice grill and stuff. A lot of people specialize in the vintage of the Jimmy aftermarket parts that are available. Fortunately, we think we're pretty good. Now, sometimes the random up and down is me getting used to the new camera mount. This is a cool intake manifold. That's for a nail head. I wasn't sure what it was for, but it's cool. I dig it. Um, well, it says OL, which leads me to think it's Oldsmobile. Never mind. And the obligatory model car vendor. A bunch of Model A parts for, thinking about it. There was some drop springs there considered, but decided not to. Bell housings, juice brakes, a bunch of general early Ford stuff. Speaking of early Fords, here is someone's. Pretty sure it's a 30 or 31 Model A with the 32 reproduction grille and the obligatory small block Chevy. It is a rough car. A nice third gen Camaro. Looked really nice. The rims are not my taste, but overall it was just a really clean car. And there you can see they're asking $10,500 for it. Which I'm not sure what these are, which a reasonable price for these cars, though this is a particularly clean example, so I suspect that's not a terrible price. Well, I take it back. I do like those rims. They're a little big for my taste, a little low profile, but it's the right style for that vintage car. And they're just sort of strolling through the car corral. There's a nice Pontiac there. There's a shoebox Ford, some other Monte Carlo, early '50s Chevy El Camino. That's just a pretty early '50s Chevy, I think. This is mostly just meant to be a kind of a snapshot of the sort of stuff you find in the car corral. This is a pretty '55 Chevy. I like the color scheme. 210 post from the looks of it. Very cool. Someone idling by in their C3 Corvette. Very nice. Lots of C10s in attendance of various generations. Of course, got a soft spot for those. Fox body Mustang, which is now classic, next to a '65 Mustang, which is a classic. Now this, I really like this generation F body, the Camaro, like this one, the split bumper RS. And then there is a Firebird, I think I caught as well. I don't know if I included it in this video or not. Just, well, sharp car, in my opinion. I dig them. This one is early Chevy, I think. Yes, I believe so. Is just caught my eye. It was a sharp color, nice two-tone with the white roof, and then it's got the cover, and could use a little touch-up. Asking $20K for it, which probably for the time frame, it's yeah, 1950 right there. It's for the vintage and the quality, it's probably a fair price. And then we're gonna pan over here in a second and see another one. That nice pearl paint job, a lot shinier, really sharp looking. I think that's a beautiful car. Now here's another shoebox Ford, bullet nose edition, 4-door. Looks like it's been turned into a 2-door. Oh, maybe that was just a 2-door to begin with. Never mind, I'm sorry. Kind of over the matte black. Here's another 32 grill shell on a Model A with a Chevy 350. I think this was in the last video. I think I saw it before, but it's a Tudor, so I've got a soft spot for it. Of course, a Caprice, the true classic Caprice. Nice looking car.
Some people love red, some people
something like a cruiser.
yeah, something too.
You can open the hood to check it out.
Told you, friend, I like to.
How's it going?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. What you asking?
35 or best offer?
35 best offer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just put a new motor, trans, gearbox.
Don't mind if I'm recording this.
No, no worries.
Cool.
You can open the hood so you can.
Sure. You take a look. Okay. Small block Chevy.
Yeah, 50, 700R transmission.
Okay. It's a good choice. Would the 700R4 come out if you know?
I don't know. The shop they just ordered and everything came in.
Okay. That works.
Here's a 32 Roadster pickup with a big block Chevy. Very sharp, very nice looking. I thought it was well executed and looks good. Here we have a early 50s Chevy. Very much the same vintage as Jimmy at 45K. We hope that our paint job will turn out as good, though obviously a very different color. Now, since it's a 5-window Chevy, it of course is going to be more valuable than our 3-window GMC, just because Chevys get a higher premium. But it gives you kind of an idea what the market is. We're hoping for ours. Obviously, like all things, you get what someone pays, not necessarily what you're asked. Here's a really clean short bed C10, 1971. Asking 38K for it. Nice looking truck. Don't know. Again, these are going for a pretty good sum of money. Detail wise, it's all there. So I don't know if he'll get that money for it, but it's a nice truck. Now here is a 34 Ford, I believe. It is very pretty. Yet again, another pretty car. Who would have thought? Of course, obligatory small block Chevy, because everything's got a small block Chevy. They're asking 65,000 for it, which it's don't know if that's a reasonable asking price for that or not, but it is a nice looking 5-window coupe, so it's hard to argue with that. Here is a Camaro. I didn't show it earlier, but I shot it parked. Twin turbo LS. Huge old meats on the back. Very much likely one of those 1,000 horsepower jobbies. So here's another early Ford with a big block Chevy. 32 grill, 5-window coupe. I think it says it's a 31, which means it's a smooth firewall. Here's everything that they talk about they've done. 59K. I don't know if you caught it, but on the back there they're asking 59K for it. Dual Edelbrock carburetors. It's got to be loud. There's no muffling on that, or very little. But good. Originally I said not for sale. Thought I said that. Here, of course, is a Cobra. I didn't ask if it was a replica or not. I just assume it is, especially looking at the wheels. However, it is very pretty, very nice, well executed. They're pretty cars, nice, fun. Another early Ford. This looks like it's actually a 32 pickup. It's got the early V8, flathead, of course. That's the commercial grill, which they put on the 32 through 34, and it could be a 34 for all I know. Now, he's got if you look, he's got 3 reservoirs there. 2 are for brakes, 1 would be for clutch. There is a hydraulic setup you can do on the early Fords for hydraulic clutch. Oh, we're back from Long Beach High Performance swap meet and car show. I hope you enjoyed the footage we captured for you and compiled into an entertaining format. I'm a little discombobulated because the strangest thing happened. I don't know if awkward's the right term. No. Maybe dumbfounded? No. Certainly a unique experience. Managed to come home with fewer things than we left with, which we've done that before, both in total count as well as, you know, overall volume. But the truly bizarre thing is netted positive on the money. I don't recall that ever happening before. Usually I'm just down a little bit or break even, or yeah, no, usually I'm down a little bit. I spend it as fast as it comes in. That's you know, that sounds more on brand. But this time didn't really, yeah. The items I did get is this wishbone from Model A, and that will be for the car that's just off camera there, the 2829 Model A with a 34 commercial cowl and a Hemi engine. Gonna split it and use them as front end radius arms. And this lovely advertisement's actually 2 separate. There's the specs and then the glossy for the advertisement. This is from a magazine, and yeah, for a 914, white 914, which the eagle-eyed viewers will recognize as something that populates the yard. We are professionals, but especially not at this. I hope you enjoyed our video. Please comment your favorite car, or maybe a vendor that you saw, and subscribe if you haven't already, and pass the good word along to your friends and share with them the adventures at the Pit Stop Ranch. And as always, if you hit the notification bell, you'll be notified next time we post a video. Until then, have a rustastic day and